Hello, welcome to another episode of Dreamers to Doers. Today I'm happy and glad to have an entrepreneur who worked with us many years ago, none other than Akshay Dhok, co-founder of Green Salute. Very interesting waterless car washing system. So Akshay, welcome to our episode today. So Akshay, happy to have you back. Yeah, it's been a long time since we launched Green Salute. You've come a long way. The journey's been quite eventful, if I understand.
Yes.
Yeah. But before we get into the Green Salute journey, I remember there's a story which sparked the interest in both you and your brother Ninad, your co-founder, to start Green Salute. Can you tell us something about that?
Yes, so actually I'm a hospitality management graduate. I came out of college in 2005 and the entrepreneurial bug was always, biting me. So I wanted to start something on my own. So I ventured into the food and beverage business because that was my primary education that I have taken.
Correct.
7-8 years I did that, and so I came up with a lounge bar in Kothurud, which we operated for 8 years.
Wow.
But with different partners. And in 2014, there was a situation where we had to come out of it. But we were happy doing it because all my three partners, me and my two partners, were happy.
Okay.
We had our own area of interest. One of them was a chef. I was the front office, the front of the service kind of person. The third one was a PR guy. In 2014, even Ninad, my brother, happens to be my brother also, he quit his job and he also started with something because he was fed up of working under someone and all that. And that time we were both kind of thinking what should we do, we were in search of some good idea. Ninad has traveled a lot around the world. So in one of the places where he went, he saw waterless cleaning happening.
Okay.
In some country, long back, sir. And he sounded it off to me, saying, I saw something amazing. I think it can work in India. So he started telling me, even I, like everybody else, said, how is it possible?
Waterless cleaning.
Waterless cleaning kaise ho sakta hai? It's not possible. He said, nahi hai. And it's really good. And the kind of volumes we have with automobiles, it can click. I said, okay, let's see. Let's start working on it. And that time, it also happened so that, really, this is the way it actually happened, that we saw the Seagull ad in one of the newspapers.
Okay.
And there was a session which was, the free entry was there. And Ninad knew you also, I think, a couple of meets you had. So we came there and we sounded off. And that time we used to call it Liquido, sir.
Liquido, I remember
Yes.
Liquido. Yes, yes.
And in the brief introduction, we were in the crowd and we were introducing, and that time you said, Liquido, what are you guys doing? And we told you that we are doing waterless car cleaning, and everybody was like, we were all shocked, amazed that, wow, this is nice. And that time you said that, come and meet me tomorrow, let's discuss this out. There it all started, and then we started actually conceptualizing it and checking the product market fit, if it really is going to work, because till that time it was an idea in our minds, speaking to people randomly, people are liking it, but then actually going and selling it to someone is a very different ballgame. So from there the journey started there.
So just to ask you, Akshay, when you say waterless, is it really waterless?
Yes. So the service parts, sir, what we use is a set of liquids that we use. We make those liquids, and those liquids are sprayed on the car, and with the help of microfiber towels.
So how much liquid is, say, do you also, like, you wash your car with, say, a bucket of water? Do you pour a bucket of liquid?
No. It's just 500 ml liquid that we use.
So half a liter?
Half a liter. Sometimes even lesser if the car is smaller and not that dirty, even lesser amount of liquid is used. It's a very efficient, effective liquid, so that's why you get a better shiny car than water, because it has certain ingredients in it. It has wax inbuilt, surfactants of best qualities, and that way. But this second part of the entire model is it being doorstep. So the convenience that the customer or the car owner gets of getting the car washed anywhere, at any location that he is in, that is the biggest part, I think. Of course, waterless is amazing, you're saving a lot of water, but that angle also brings in a lot of value.
So Akshay, to just ask you, and I remember, now I'm just recollecting, when you came to us, it was still an idea,
Yes.
a thought process, and that's what we do at the Brand Launch Center. Absolutely. And then you develop the idea, very interesting. But what is the market gap that you're actually filling in? Is there a need for this?
So when we started, I still remember when team from Seagull also were accompanying us to a couple of buildings. We went into Baner, actually talking to car owners. So the first gap that we identified was the morning car wash ecosystem that is there, and that was something that is visible to everybody, the big business.
Yeah, the watchmen, etc., the boys who come and clean the cars in the society. Yeah.
But then if you do the math, like so many cars, monthly 600 rupees into this much, that much, it goes into crores. We also went into that thing and thought this is the most lucrative big business. Started talking to people, and immediately the first society that we went to in Baner, and we booked a spot there for organizing a camp, small marketing activity. The first day itself we could have 30 subscriptions. Immediately people ready to start. Immediately kal shuru kar do.
But what were they excited about? Was they excited about the quality of cleaning? What is it? Or were they excited that now that person will not be using a bucket full of water?
Both. I think lack of a professional agency doing this was one thing, sir. Because up till now, as you just said, watchmen or some people from adjoining slums coming down, because they also need that additional income. Yeah. So those people coming down. So they've always been seeing these kind of people, touching their cars or cleaning the cars, and always a problem that the cars were not cleaned properly. Because there was no formal training, how to handle a vehicle, what parts to be cleaned with what, and all of that. So when we solved all these issues and charged a premium, they were okay with it. They said, okay, no problem.
Okay.
So that was one thing. But that was model one, sir. And what Green Salute has evolved to now is majorly into a one-time car wash, car cleaning.
So like a special car wash day.
Yes.
And that's when we think of Green Salute and people call it.
Yeah, once a month, once in 45 days, whenever you come from a long trip and the car is very, very dirty, which you know that your usual cleaner is not going to do justice to. That time you can call us. So maybe it's like a washing center at your doorstep, still waterless and economical. So becomes very convenient.
So tell me, there are when you drive around town, there are so many people who have this car washing and detailing kind of setups. Some are very basic, some are highly organized, very very posh,
big brands,
if you can say. Is your quality of car wash as good?
We are way better than the car wash centers, sir.
Okay.
Where these cars are washed, like
with the gun, the water gun,
hose clean. The car detailing centers is a totally different business. Now, some part of it even we are doing at doorstep. For example, ceramic coating. So coatings is something we've recently introduced. And we are started building that. So car detailing is something that we do, where we do the entire rubbing, polishing of the vehicle at doorstep. So that happens to be very lucrative again with customers, because we charge pretty less, pretty economical than the players outside. Secondly, the car does not get busy for 2-3 days. In our case, you book the service, person comes, 3 hours, we do the service and the car is free. So that is another point. But these players, the car detailers, that is a completely different business, sir. We don't directly relate to them.
So if I can understand what you're saying, Akshay, is that what seems to be standing out in your conversation, that the need gap, I'm just trying to get the need gap or the opportunity, is one is the convenience of washing at home. Or cleaning at home, because we are, Second, what you're really saying is the professional process. So the boys who come in and do the washing is in a professional manner. That's the second thing. And third thing, it's at a price that is affordable. It is a little premium, you're saying, to the hose or the ordinary car wash. But the process is extremely premium. Are these the reasons why it's really working for you?
Absolutely.
And you said that the car wash is more like a special day for the car. And that's where it actually fits in.
Differentiates,
Correct? That's where it is.
Yes.
So just while I'm at this, and you've now been doing this business for about 7 to 8 years, and we'll come to your journey. But are these new customers who are there, or are you getting more of regular repeat customers?
So new customers are also joining, sir. We have a couple of B2B types also. For example, which was a unique thing that came up. We directly got a call from Volkswagen BU Bhandari, the agency. They said, come down for a meeting. We heard about you. There's an issue. You can help us solve it. We went there. They said they have a service called Swagat service.
Okay.
which happens at their showrooms.
Okay.
After every 1000 kilometers or 3 months, whichever is earlier, they give a free service at doorstep.
At
That
doorstep.
service is checkup of the car, sir.
For which car is this? For Volkswagen?
Volkswagen.
Okay.
They said that is fine, but that Swagat service also involves cleaning. And we are not able to do the cleaning at doorstep. So can you do the cleaning part at doorstep? We said, okay, no problem. So they tried our service couple of times, they took the demos, everything, and they were happy with it. So now from that part, we are getting a lot of new customers, a lot of Volkswagen customers are joining.
Okay, join you. Okay.
Now that time that Volkswagen customer gets a BU Bhandari coupon, BU Bhandari pays us, it's complimentary for the car owner, but we get the customer for the rest of the cars.
Yeah.
And then he starts calling us, and so that's how a couple of tie-ups have happened, which is there. And also there are a lot of repeat, almost 33 to 35% repeat is there, sir, which is happening every month rollover. Few people, as you're saying, that day, special day for my car. For a few people, it's once in a month. For a few people, it's once in a week also.
Okay.
Who are extreme car lovers, they don't want anything in the car like that. And they don't allow anyone to eat in the car, nothing, no pets. They have special car for pets. So that needs to be specially cleaned. That also we do actually. So everybody has their own routine of getting their cars cleaned. But every now and then you'll surely need this kind of service where a detailed cleaning is done.
Okay. So Akshay, let's get to your journey now. Yeah. So when you all started, I remember both of you, you and your brother, as founders, extremely excited. Much trimmer and slimmer than I see you today. So obviously the business has done well. That's one thing I can see. Yeah. What were your early challenges?
Sir, I think for any startup with a novel idea, the initial challenge always is the product market fit. If it is going to be applicable to the market, because every founder feels it is the best idea in the world and I'm going to get millions and it's going to be success. But it doesn't happen that way. There is a process you have to follow. You have to go to people, understand, talk to them, get introduced to the market. Also make them understand the idea. Not everybody is going to welcome you with open arms saying, "ये बहुत अच्छा idea है." नहीं. कुछ लोग people used to say, "ये क्या लेकर आ गए हो? इससे थोड़ी clean हो सकता है गाड़ी, impossible है." They used to give the demo and everything. So that product market fit process had to be done very well, which gave us the confidence. That was an early challenge. Another challenge I feel that every startup feels the heat about is the finance part. So you need that right funding at the right time, because I think scale happens with two things, that is money and technology today. Without these two things you cannot scale. How much ever good the idea is, you need money and tech for that. So that is another challenge we faced, which we sorted out quickly. Not to a great extent, technology we could sort because we got another partner in the form of a company in Barnet who supported us throughout with the tech part.
Correct.
Finance part, it's, we have to replan. Again, if there's a growth plan happening, we have to again have investor or someone to invest in the company and go ahead. So these are few early challenges.
So tell me, when you look at this, you have an app, right, where people can go and
we have an app, we have a calling facility.
You have a call center as well
yes,
that works, right? Now, you basically, if I can put it simply, in a very smart manner, with training, you have organized an unorganized business.
Correct.
Right? So what people tend to get their car cleaned with, and most of us right now in India are used to this, to somebody coming in the morning and cleaning the car and going away. Yeah.
Yes.
But you've organized this, and what I'm understanding is you found your sweet spot as a special occasion kind of cleaning, or when the car is really dirty, really messed up. You mentioned also long trip. That's the time when they remember Green Salute.
Yes.
Are there some occasions that you remember that you were very excited, very happy? What are your happy days?
I think one, if we may call it the Eureka moment kind of thing, when we discovered that this model is workable, where, so initially we started with capturing the daily subscription business, that business.
So that was cleaning every day, huh?
That was cleaning every day, sir.
Okay.
But it was extremely hectic, operation wise, it's very consuming.
Okay.
And also the revenue side, I mean, because you cannot charge too much premium on the customer side.
If, like you mentioned, I think we were talking prior to this episode, that an average customer value is about 650 rupees.
Yeah, that is per service now.
Per service, per session.
Yeah, which is per month in that case.
In that case. So that is how you've made the journey.
And in a month we used to give like 15 to 18 services.
Wow.
So that is a major.
So that was what?
Yeah. So that is a sweet spot.
About 50 rupees at that time per
Exactly,
session.
yeah.
And now we are at about 650.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that we discovered when we were in West End Mall. We were again running a marketing campaign. Again with your help. In West End Mall, it was newly launched that time.
Correct.
And it has a huge parking.
Correct.
So 2,000 cars parked.
Correct.
And we went and we met them and said, we will just need a small spot. We will just engage with people, talk to people. Whoever wants to get subscription, we'll just get the details. And someone wants the demo, we can give the demo. They agreed to it. We did it for like 3-4 months straight. There what happened, sir, is people started coming to us, talking to us and said, Aapka waterless hai. You have the material here. My car is standing here. I'm going to a movie. Here's the key. Clean it here only, no? And charge me whatever you want to charge. Customer only said.
Achha, so it didn't come from you all.
No, me and Vinod, we looked at each other. We said, we can do it right now also.
Correct.
And charge me whatever. So how much will you charge? So we said, okay, we'll charge you 350 rupees. Okay, done. Here's the key. मैं movie देख के आता हूँ. By the time he came, cleaning we knew. So we cleaned the car. He came down. He was surprised. The car is not moved and it's cleaned properly. So, wow. And then he said, note down my number and I'll keep you calling now at least once in 15 days and all that. So from there we realized that this is a model.
So this one-off servicing became the...
this is also possible. And then we slowly started introducing various services into it, making it more premium and charging a bit more to the customer. And they were happy with it. We did it very slowly, slow and steady. And also another thing that went in our direction is there was not much of competition, sir, because it's a very, again, operationally it's a hectic business. It's very people-centric business. You have to handle a lot of cleaners, you have to hire a lot of cleaners, a lot of them leave abruptly. Handling customers, services again becomes tough a lot of times. Not everybody is able to maybe do it, or people don't want to get into all of this. So there was not a lot of competition that time. Even now, I mean, there are a few players, of course, who have come up. But I think we have slight more advantage because we are old enough now. We have the first.
You know the game.
Kind of, we can say that. We have the first movers advantage. So that is where that moment happened. We were really happy because after that model came up, we were able to even make it more secure and also come up with another model, which was the franchise model.
Correct.
So that again came into picture, and we started selling franchises also, which helped us.
So what is the so just I'm going to step back a little, okay? So what you're saying is the first model which you started the market with was to convince a person to not, if I can use the term, not work with his current car washing or the current car washing process.
Yes.
And replace it with a Green Salute subscription for a month.
Yes.
Correct? That was the first model.
Yes.
And then when you went to a mall, okay, and you were doing things in their parking,
correct,
you chanced upon, it was not a plan.
No.
You chanced upon where people said, why are you just giving me information or a leaflet? I might as well, you can clean it here while you go and watch the movie and come back.
Absolutely.
And that allowed you to charge 350 rupees for a wash, and you moved on.
Yes.
Correct? And that was like a kind of Eureka moment, as you mentioned.
Yes. Yes.
And then as you progressed and you found demand, you're saying then you moved to even a franchise model and went to other markets.
Correct.
Is that what it is?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So with the franchise model, we started expanding. It was just before COVID, we started with the franchise model. And then COVID happened, and again, so everything got like mixed up, and then franchises got confused what to do now. There was no vision because we were not understanding what's going to happen post recovery. People resume to their normal lives, but will they accept the service or no again? But then things started coming to normal.
Okay.
And soon we were able to sell like 25 franchises in different cities in India. In Maharashtra, in Goa, we were able to do Thane, Navi Mumbai. We went up to in Gujarat, in Patna, Bihar, we could sell a franchise. All of those were there.
So if I can ask you a little more about the brand, right? So I'm sure there must be a lot of word of mouth. People are sharing this to their friends, neighbors.
Yes.
What do they really share?
I think the quality of service is one part definitely, because when the cleaner comes, he gives the key, says cleaning kar lo, I'll be back. And when he comes back, he sees a completely transformed car without using any single drop of water. Nobody came up and said, I need a bucket full of water, nothing. And still the car is absolutely properly cleaned, no mess around. That is one. Second is, which surprises him. I think that is
So that
happily.
the car is so
nice,
looking so nice, so beautiful, so
Yes.
attractive, and no water and no messing around.
No messing. That is very important.
It's like how a carpenter comes and drills, but you know the carpenters come and gone because of all that. There is no, you all don't leave any mess around.
Nothing.
Acha.
And so I think the value for money thing, that angle also hits very hard. So he's very happy with the kind of services got at very less amount of money.
Acha.
And second is the convenience part. You just call, we come down anywhere, your office location, if the office location allows, or wherever you've been to, we just clean the car, you can pay online, all these technology.
So the tech is completely sorted. So
Yes, sir,
payment, etc.,
Yeah.
app, everything is all done.
Yes.
Okay. Just to come in, because you are really organizing, and these car cleaners who go on your behalf, are they employed by you? How is your model there?
So we call them micro-entrepreneurs.
Micro-entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Okay.
So we, initially we were hiring people
On a salary basis.
On a salary basis.
Okay.
But very soon we realized that this is not going to work. Again, services model, and the introduction of Swiggy and Zomato, this started happening.
Correct.
We also were closely observing how these models are evolving. How are they able to have a pan-India presence? How are they able to have so many people, delivery partners available? So I think it's very important that you have to understand the gig economy is building up. You have to let go your part. Maybe you lose out on the revenue a bit, but then it comes up with a lot of relief, because those cleaners, those car cleaning executives, they take responsibility, ownership.
Correct.
And we always tell them, you're partners in the game.
Each of your car cleaner is a micro-entrepreneur. He's not really an employee.
No, he's not them.
He's not
sure.
reporting
Yes.
to you.
No.
Right? And what you're saying right now is that the way you're positioned with them is that he's a partner.
Yes.
So when you say partner, normally if I and you were partners, I would get 50%. Does he get 50%?
He gets 50%.
Really?
Yes. Otherwise, he won't work, sir.
Okay.
Because again, the competition is very harsh. Nowadays, they have an option. If you're not giving me money, I'll go to Swiggy.
So what do you give them?
I think the major point is the partner, the ME, micro-entrepreneur, has to visit just 4 places in a day. 3 to 4 places.
3 or 4 cleanings in a day?
In a day.
Okay.
So you don't have to do the running around 25, 50 deliveries, 100 deliveries, few Swiggy officials.
Swiggy guys, okay.
So he has to go to 4 locations, वहाँ पे अपना काम करो और शाम को घर पे आ जाओ और 50% ले लो. On an average, the micro-entrepreneur earns close to 1,000-1,200 rupees a day.
Okay.
Which is a good amount, so it's a fairly good amount.
And on some special days, some special card, he must be...
Yeah, absolutely. It can go up also.
So like we spoke about an average service at about 650 rupees. What is the highest value service that a customer does?
So the quoting thing is there, but I will not, that's because that is a quoting, that's a very premium service.
And you're not doing much of that?
Much of that, yeah.
Okay.
Then the detailing comes in, the rubbing, polishing, that's complete transformation of the car. And a lot of work goes into it.
Okay.
That is like 5,500 is the top thing that we do for extra large vehicles. Below that, when we add up all our services like interior cleaning, exterior, AC duct sanitization, wax polish on the exterior, maybe it goes up to 2,500 to 3,000 rupees.
Okay.
Yeah. And the basic car cleaning session, interior, exterior, is like 600, 700 rupees.
Okay.
That is the most selling item.
That is the most selling, which people like to do.
Yes.
Okay. So now I looked at this, and what I'm just trying to recap so that, because we have people who would like to understand. Yeah. So one is, you're saying that your pricing model evolved.
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very clearly. Second, your service model also evolved from a subscription to a more of a special occasion kind of an aspect. Then you looked at franchising, where you've gone out. Yeah. And then you also evolved from employment to partnership, where you have this concept of micro-entrepreneurship. Yeah, very, very interesting.
Yes.
So while this has been happening, and you also mentioned that, whether we like it or not, we had a COVID in between. Yeah. But besides COVID, okay, which I'm sure is very, very important, what have been the challenges? Where have you lost sleep at night, and why?
I think again, that sync setting, getting that sync between how many cleaners you want and can you serve those many orders to the cleaners. Now that is a very big responsibility, sir.
Achha.
What happens is, when I run an ad for recruitment, for example, where I want people to come down
to clean.
clean, and we get the response. So that happens like in a week's time, we can have 10-15 cleaners come down. But then will we be able to draw that much of traction from the market, because we have to feed them orders also? Because the deal is we give them orders and material, that is the raw material.
Material they buy from you?
Yeah, so they get from, but that is in 50%.
Acha.
They don't have to pay us anything extra.
Acha. Okay. So liquid is for free?
It's for free. It's in my 50%.
It's in your 50%.
Yeah. So we give you liquid and the lead. So the effort, Baki, the two-wheeler, everything is his. He has to take care of the fuel cost and everything. So it's a very lean model that way. But then to have this sync between these two things is very, very important. Another thing that I always feel that we would like to go beyond Pune now, which is very, very important for us. And we see a lot of potential, because when we did the franchise business, we realized that the traction is there. So whichever city we went to, make this small city, bigger one, metro city, whichever, we ran ads there and we used to get the response, and almost similar kind of response. So people used to start calling immediately. We used to run a specific kind of ad, absolutely 199 rupees mein car wash or 99 rupees mein car wash, depending on the size of city. And we used to immediately get the traction, and nobody used to buy the 99 thing because he gets upgraded to a better service. So that thing is clear. So now the entire game is around how we can scale. That is something that always keeps us on our toes, where we want to understand how do we take it to the next level.
But tell me, Akshay, there are examples of an urban company, right, which is providing services which are in a manner, you could say, unorganized, but they've now organized them. Whether you want a carpenter, whether you want a haircut, of course you had salons, but now they're done, and they've scaled.
Yes.
So what really is the obstacle? I know financial constraints are one obstacle. Is there any other obstacle to growth?
I think, sir, finance is one thing very important. And when COVID came, after COVID, it took us like 2.5, 3 years to,
just get back,
reorganize, get back, understand the model.
Okay. I want to ask you a question which you referred to in terms of West End malls. And there are multiple malls in different cities. Yes. And I remember because we do some work in Dubai, and I've seen in Dubai malls, right? There's a very interesting thing. I don't know. I wish if you can take a look at this. And you have, when you go and park your vehicle, because they also anticipate you will take an hour or a couple of hours.
Yes.
By the time you go into the mall and you come back. And they have a nice, more like a trolley bag.
Yes.
They have a trolley bag with them, and he's following you. He's dressed in I remember, in a blue color.
Okay.
And they do exactly what you're saying. And I think they are using also some kind of a waterless or minimal water kind of solution.
Okay.
So is your model with the malls still working?
No, sir. We are not yet, not still with the malls.
Okay. Any reason? Is there an obstacle?
This particularly West End mall, what happened after that, since I've named the mall now, can't help, but later on it happened so that the kind of rent they were charging was exorbitant, sir, because that time it was one big mall located in Aund, and everybody from...
But there was not a possibility of partnering with them, so instead of having 2 shares, you could have 3 shares. So 1 share to the mall, 1 share to the...
I don't know what I'll be left with in that. But sir, again, they had their last word saying, we want this much of rent, or please, you have to...
they wanted a rent, huh?
Yeah.
They're not willing to do a sharing model.
So we did we are a startup, please do that, help us. They helped us definitely for a few months. They charged us rent, but very minimal amount of rent. But later on, as they also understood that these guys are not just doing promotions, they are also doing service here. They have started earning revenues from this place, so might as well we should charge heavy rentals to them. So that was one part where I felt.
Okay.
On the other side, sir, I feel this hyper-local doorstep, direct-to-consumer business that we're doing right now, one-time cleaning business. I think this has huge potential.
People have, like Zepto, everybody has this super fast delivery process. Is there a magic where you can get a car cleaned in 29 minutes or 59 minutes and say 99 minutes? Like even the massages nowadays are charged in terms of time. Yeah, it's how much time, right? Because at the end of the day, the micro-entrepreneur, is the only revenue model for him is the time.
Yes. So our exterior cleaning can be done in like 20-25 minutes. That is possible.
Okay.
But the interiors have to be cleaned really well, sir. And it's going to take time because exteriors have flat surfaces, so it becomes easier. Okay. But on the interior, there are a lot of things, lot of gaps, crevices. You have to, really do it in detail. Because end of the day, it's a service and people should like it. So even if you rush a lot, and the customer, in our case at least, in our business, it's not about do it quickly. It's about do it अच्छे से, आराम से कर.
Achha, so
because he's doing it once in 45 days.
Okay.
And we also claim that once you clean your car from inside with Green Salute, we assure you that you will have the same kind of feel inside for next 40 days at least. Because the windows are rolled up nowadays. Everybody is traveling in air conditioned this thing. So not every time dust is not coming.
Okay.
So interiors we can definitely bet that you are going to get a very good service. So that's why that quick thing is not here, probably not applicable to us directly. But lot of things, I want the service now is something that we want to also cover, which we are not able to do it now. So someone might just have really just 1 hour in hand going out for a meeting and abhi aa jao, abhi kar do.
So just coming back to your, now post-COVID, now you've kind of reorganized. You have a good feel. I can make out there's a lot of referral customers coming in.
Yes.
From your body language, I can understand customers are very satisfied. I'm your regular customer, not because you worked with us.
Yes, yes.
But I also do this normally when I go for a long drive, been there. Of course, it's very difficult for me to tell people in the car not to eat. But I find when Green Salute comes in, it gets all completely cleaned up. And that's how I like it. You've got this in place, right? Now is the step forward where you can grow. You can grow in Pune, which is your base market, but you can also grow to other cities because they're very similar needs. So when you're looking at growth in Pune, okay, is it that you need, and you mentioned a need for investment, is that investment for marketing? Is that for people? What do you need money for?
I think setting up the infra in which I feel it's very, so whatever model I run in Pune, I want to exactly copy it and paste it, sir. Now I don't want to majorly change it. Tech part is taken care of, which...
So tech is not location based, right?
Tech is not location based, we can just scale it. But usually tech costs you a lot.
Correct.
Which in our case is taken care of. So majorly the infra part of it.
What do you mean by infra? Office?
So a small office setup is needed. Few people need to be there. A small storage has to be there. Material is stocked.
Okay.
Making it more professional. How can I make my ME or my cleaner look more professional?
Correct.
So that one part. Apart from that, the marketing part of it, definitely.
So you used to run marketing campaigns, or do you still continue? Do you have an ongoing campaign?
We do, on and off we are doing marketing, social media marketing, but otherwise we have been able to gather a lot of data now. So internally only we rotate that data, bulk WhatsApping.
Yeah, I get a call once in a way asking, it's been time and all that.
So that also.
I get that. Now when you do Instagram marketing, just to, because there are many people who may have similar early stage businesses, smaller businesses, their ask is to go to social media directly.
Yes.
So if, there is an entrepreneur like you, what are your tips for how should they be using social media marketing? What is the kind of customer acquisition cost, the CAC that comes in? Any ideas on that?
I think, sir, introduction of social media has been a game changer for everybody.
Okay.
Because earlier, as I just mentioned briefly, that I was in a totally different sector, which is food and beverage, and that time it was 2007-8. Totally different scene. No Facebook or no Instagram.
Correct.
Nothing. So we have actually gone out and given flyers and pamphlets and sticking posters all over around the city, and all of that I've done. Everybody cannot afford a newspaper ad, so it was very difficult to grab the customer, direct connection. But now it's become very easier. So very easy. So I think yes, social media has to be something you have to be available there. Everybody's on their phones. I think customer acquisition costs has also definitely gone down, but provided you have a right model in place.
So is your model right?
Yes.
So when you do social media, what is the kind of investment and how much? Just give an example. So for example, would you tell me as an entrepreneur invest 1,000 rupees a day, 500 rupees a day, 10,000 a day? What would you say? And what is the kind of return I can expect?
I think for a small startup or when someone is starting up, definitely 1,000 rupees a day is not much.
Okay.
Maybe, anything between 700, 800,000 rupees a day.
What will I get in return?
So you get leads from that, which I feel, in my case, the CAC has always been pretty low, customer acquisition cost, because I think it has clicked with the customer that the problem is solved.
So what's the kind of communication you run?
So once we get the lead, Usually, if he is okay with going to the app and booking it himself, is okay, fine.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have a number also there. He can call us on that number and someone attends that call and we brief him about the ad and about the services.
Okay.
Our conversion ratio is around 60-68%, sir. Out
Wow.
of 100 calls, we get 68%.
And what is your typical communication? What does it say? Get a car cleaned at 199. Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes.
That's
The
an
ad goes
exterior
out.
cleaner.
That's exterior cleaning. It says it starts at 199.
Okay.
So he calls looking at the 199 and we try and sell it to 600, 700, take him there.
Okay.
Which usually happens.
That happens, huh?
Because exterior cleaning is the least selling item for us.
Okay.
Interiors.
And actually, of course, exterior you want it cleaned, but when you're sitting inside the car, you want the inside also cleaned. Okay.
Yes. So that way. But I think, yes, you cannot escape social media and that space now.
Okay.
It's become very crucial. And I think it's helping also.
It's helping you a lot.
Absolutely. It's helping.
Okay.
Communicating with the customer has become way easier, sir. You have a one-on-one connect. People are chatting with you on Insta, on WhatsApp, just like that, booking orders from there. If you can give an access to the website from there. So
Directly, yeah?
yes, it's become very easy now.
Okay.
Very easy. A lot of people don't want to talk also nowadays. They don't want to call and engage.
Just directly,
with
yeah?
directly.
Okay, fantastic.
Maybe they paisa bhi abhi le lo, chalo. Will pay also.
So essentially you're saying what you're doing right now is absolutely scalable to any part of the country.
Yes.
But you need to have a base ground office, like a
Yes.
ground zero, where you have to have certain stocks, certain team members where you can run this entire operation from.
Yes.
Right. How do you see the future now? What are your next 3 years, 5 years?
So, two things that I want to do immediately is one is this, sir. I want to go to Bombay now.
Okay.
Because that was always I wanted to do, but we went to Bangalore that time and COVID happened. So, Bangalore also we had a fantastic start, good response, good big city definitely. But that time also I was insisting that we should go to Bombay. It's close by. We'll have a better control and all that. But anyways, so now I want to go to core Bombay because new Bombay we've already done business. Thane we've already worked. And jabardast response aata hai, sir. Bombay is different world altogether.
Correct.
Because the people don't look at the money part.
Acha.
But they just want everything to be on time.
Okay.
If I tell you 3 p.m., come at 3 p.m. and finish the thing at 4 p.m. because I have to leave. You take 1,000 rupees, no problem. So the maximum there, the average, like here is 600, it was 1,000 there.
Acha.
So that is one thing that I want to do. Having multiple offices in Bombay, maybe 5, 6.
Yeah, because of the geography.
It's huge and also densely populated. And each office can control like 100 boys, 100 MEs. And that way, if we can have like 500 team of 500 MEs.
But that's the potential, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Bombay has huge potential. Okay.
And you're planning to do it yourself, or you're looking at a franchise model, or looking at somebody who will invest in the business and partner with you?
I think at least with Bombay, I would like to go with ourselves. I mean, we want to do it ourselves.
Yeah. But you need an investor to come along with you.
Yes, because it has to be very well planned and it has to be done like all out. You cannot do like I'll start with one office and do that. I don't think
so. Will you be staying in Pune and running the Bombay operation, or will you be in Bombay?
Close by. You can do that.
Okay.
But don't mind. I won't mind going and staying in Bombay also for.
That's what any investor will ask you.
Couple of years. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
And the second thing that I want to do is, sir, I want to come up with. I don't know how appropriate this is. Maybe I will also talk to you about this later. But
sure,
I want to come up with the product, which is the waterless car cleaning
liquid.
We
had experimented with it that time. We had made that kit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
people can use on their own. Is that what they intend?
Yes. So there's some percentage of people who might want to do it themselves. And I don't want to miss out on that business also. So if I can do that, just for the exterior. We have something for the interior also, but interiors.
But isn't that a cluttered space? Like I was just filling petrol in my car at a Shell petrol pump. And when you're filling in, they've got a table outside. And they have number of liquids available.
Yes. No. But sir, that is mostly for scratch nikal do, something like that.
Not for the cleaning, that is.
No, not for the cleaning. And I don't think there's anything which even comes closer to what we do. Or the kind of liquid that we have at that price point, where we can actually make it like an FMCG thing, where he should have it in his car every time.
Achha, okay.
That kind of a product. So that is something that I want.
But do you see that opportunity? Is it just in your mind, or has there been a demand? Has there been a pull for it from any of the customers you're working with?
So what happened is, I'll tell you, sir, these car detailers, like you mentioned, huge setups they have. A lot of them in Baner and Wakad, you might see. So A lot of them do a ceramic coatings or PPFs, if you have heard.
Yes,
Paint
yes.
protection films, and pretty expensive stuff. PPF I think starts at like 75,000.
Correct. Yeah.
So once you do the PPF, the paint protection film thing on the car, and you tell the customer ki now your car will look like this only for next 10-20 years. 6 months he comes back to you.
Acha.
Yeah, and tells ki ye to my white car is looking yellowish. And you are guaranteeing me this and that. That problem is because he's been cleaning with the same cleaner, using the dirty water and rubbing the car with the dirty cloth. So even the film gets damaged. The film will protect the paint with the scratches and everything, but the look will not be the same. So that time, a few detailers called us and said ki your liquid can help us here. If we tell the customer to use only your liquid couple of times a week and not use water, will it work? I said 100%. So they started selling it. So we gave them boxes in bulk, our kits.
Acha. So you have a have a use case there as well.
Yes. So what happened is, a few detailers, they will, when you charge ₹1,00,000 rupee to someone for a coating,
Correct.
you can give a 600 rupees box free.
Correct.
तो वो उसको फ्री दे देता है सर बॉक्स कि बोलता है कि मेरी तरफ से आपको फ्री ग्रीन सल्यूट का है वेरी गुड प्रोडक्ट ट्राई टेस्टेड गो होम एंड स्टार्ट डूइंग इट train your driver. We have a small video also, we send that video to customers, and train your driver, train your cleaner and do it. People are happy with that. People are coming back to those detailers saying कि वो green salute का मंगाओ. So that is one
So
thing.
you want to extend the life and the look of your car, they can use a green salute
liquid
washing liquid. Okay, fantastic.
And it's a ready to use thing, sir.
Okay.
You don't have to mix anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is also one thing.
So that's an opportunity. So one is you're saying a geographical expansion
In the services,
starting services, and second is the product side you can look at.
Yes.
Great. Akshay, before we wind up, we have a number of people who are like you when you are launching this brand, launching the business. What are your tips, advice, guidance to them so that they can have successful careers?
I don't know if I'm that old, sir, if I can give them
No,
tips,
from
but
your
still
experience, you're not at all old.
experiences.
I mean, you've still got to make your mark, in a very solid level at an all India level. But you have very rich experience. I know the effort you put in, the hard work you put in, the rejections you've had, the financial constraints you've been through.
Yes.
Yeah. So all this means a lot. So I'm not saying it's respective to your industry, but there are, India is an entrepreneurship place.
Yes.
You have been to many forums where people have asked you these questions.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are your suggestions to them?
Sir, I think the first thing is entrepreneurship is not a part-time task. So if you're doing it, you have to do it very seriously. Do it as a proper profession this is one thing that you want to do. That is one. Of course, the grit and the hustle, perseverance, persistent, all that has to be there. Everybody goes through it. Once you start, you have to go through all of that. And the second part is that I feel is choose your business correctly. I mean, not because someone is doing something and that is looking lucrative, don't just jump into it. That you should be able to do that business for yourself. You have to understand if you'll be able to do it properly or no. Only then will you be able to scale or take it to next level. So choose the kind of business, a good kind of business for yourself. Don't just jump into something because someone wants to. That is, I would like to say a couple of things.
Akshay, thank you so much. Lovely meeting you. Very
you,
exciting, and so happy that you've been able to create and organize such an industry. And best wishes to your future plans.
Thank you.
And
sir.
anything that we can do with you, we are always there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
To our viewers, lovely, exciting, very different business that Akshay has created. We look forward to bringing many more entrepreneurs like this on Dreamers to Doers. Thank you.